Morning students. Today we will read our next poem Amanda, written by Robin Klein. Students, as you know, every child feels that he or she is controlled or instructed not to do one thing or another. You too may feel that your freedom is also restricted. In this poem, we have one character, Amanda. She also feels the same. Here we have the first stanza of the poem. Don't bite your nails, Amanda. Don't hunch your shoulders, Amanda. Stop that slouching and sit up straight, Amanda. Here in this poem, the poet is telling about a little girl whose name is Amanda, and she is always pointed out by her mother for her mistakes and how she imagines her life to be. The poet says that mother is pointing out Amanda for biting nails, which is a bad habit. Stop that slouching and sit up straight, Amanda. Next, her mother says to sit her straight without bending her shoulders. There is a languid emerald sea where the sole inhabitant is me, a mermaid drifting blissfully. At this point of time, when she is being scolded by her mother, when her mother was scolded her, she imagines herself to be in a deep green sea and imagines herself like a mermaid who is alone there and leads her life in a very relaxing way. She says that she wants to be carried away by the flow of water and feel the relaxing environment there. It means she doesn't want to hear any instruction of her mother. In next stanza, students, did you finish your homework, Amanda? Did you tidy your room, Amanda? I told you to clean your shoes, Amanda. Here the poet says that Amanda's mother is inquiring her again about whether she has done her homework or not. Did you tidy your room, Amanda? And then she asks whether she has cleaned her room or not. Moreover, she also reminded to clean her shoes. So here we can see that mother is constantly asking her question regarding her homework being done or not, whether she had cleaned up her room and shoes or not. I am an orphan roaming the street. I pattern soft dust with my hushed bare feet. The silence is golden and the freedom is sweet. But on the other hand, while Amanda is listening to her mother's instructions, she imagines herself to be an orphan who is roaming in the street. And while she was roaming there, she would have drawn designs on the soft dust with her uncovered feet very quietly. Her mother wants her to keep everything neat and clean, but my dear students, like other kids, Amanda wants to play in dust with her bare feet. Moreover, she is so fed up of these constant instruction of her mother that she says silence is golden, which means the silence is very precious and freedom is sweet to her. In next stanza, don't eat that chocolate, Amanda. Remember your acne, Amanda. Will you please look at me when I am speaking to you, Amanda? Further, students, Amanda's mother is disallowing her to eat chocolates and indicate how much essential it is for Amanda to understand the value of external beauty. She reminds her of pimples that Amanda faces due to eating chocolates. Will you please look at me when I am speaking to you? Here, the mother scolds her for not paying attention to what her mother says. Means her mother wants her complete attention towards her. I am Rapunzel. I have not a care, life in a tower of tranquil and rare. I will certainly never let down my bright hair. At this moment, Amanda imagines herself to be Rapunzel. Rapunzel was a character from a fairy tale that was captured in tower by a witch. The witch used to climb the tower with the help of long hair of Rapunzel that were let down by her through the window. It means Rapunzel was throwing her hair to be rid of the witch, and she thinks she will be free and live in a peaceful environment in the tower. She also confirms to herself, as well as she also confirms that she will never let her hair down to anyone so that nobody could come to her in the tower. In next stanza, students, stop that slurking at once, Amanda. You are always so moody, Amanda. Anyone would think that I nagged at you, Amanda. In last stanza, Amanda's mother now warns her for behaving in a very odd manner. Means when she was instructing her, she was not behaving so well. She asks her mother asks her to stop being in a bad mood. Anyone would think that I nagged at you. Moreover, her mother blames her of having such an unstable mood. Means she was moody there. And she also scolds her by saying that her behavior will one day make people think that Amanda was constantly being harassed by her mother. And her mother scolds her that she should not behave like this, as others would think that Amanda's mother is very dominating towards her child. My dear students, in this poem we have literary devices: anaphora, assonance, metaphor, repetition and alliteration. Allusions are also used in first stanza. In second stanza we have anaphora, assonance, repetition, metaphor are also used, and in last stanza we have allusion, assonance, consonance and alliteration, repetition are also used in this poem.